Have you ever wondered about the origin of the healing blood in Bloodborne? Well, someone has a theory. We'll talk about that and a couple other awesome video game theories on this episode. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 24 of One Up Me podcast. My name is Ryan. As always, I'm here with my co-host, Jordan Sims.
What's up?
Nothing much, man. I like that intro you did.
Thanks.
Pretty dope. Pretty dope. We'll talk about that a little bit later. As always, though, we start off with what we've been playing, and I will let you say, because you have something interesting on your list that I didn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't expect for it to happen either. So I went down the rabbit hole of the internet and looked up some ESPN interviews of Ninja. And if you don't know who Ninja is, literally just Google the word Ninja and you can find out who he is. He's a very humble guy. And so I watched like these 3 different ESPN videos on Ninja, and he is a phenomenal guy. And granted, contrary to popular belief, what we're talking about, what Ryan's talking about, what I've been playing is Fortnite. I actually loaded up Fortnite. I tried out. This is before season 6 started. But I got to like the last 6 people, and it was kind of like, that's cool. But it was really just because I ran around the whole time. I'm not too in tune with my Minecraft meets GTA gameplay mechanics of that particular game yet. But just because you watch a Ninja ESPN interview does not mean that you can immediately go win a battle royale. But there are some cool in-game cosmetics in that game.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I watched some interviews on Ninja. It was cool. I knew that he played games with Drakes and whatnot. So it was interesting to see that, you know, he has an ESPN interview. That's really cool for the gaming community as a whole.
Definitely.
And then I've been playing some Shadowverse. I'm trying to get back into that. I'm doing relatively well, trying to climb my way out of B1 rank all the way to Masters, and I got a long way to go. There's a rotation coming up on the 27th, so I'm excited for that. Some new cards for the class I play is coming out, so I'm pretty cool with that. I've been playing some Rise of the Tomb Raider as well. I kind of tapered off from playing that as I was jumping around from game to game, but I did finish a little bit of the story in that, but I haven't gotten too far. I'd say I completed maybe 1% more of the story, because I tried watching anime while doing that, and it wasn't a good idea.
Go
ahead.
We did confirm. We did talk about how this is actually the second game, and you didn't think because Rise
correct.
Does kind of sound like a new beginning.
Because I haven't ever played in the other Tomb Raider games. I wasn't ever allowed to as a child. A dual wielding busted woman with on a video game. I can't play that. That's nothing for a kid to play. But
true.
Now,
I don't know about true, but I was the same way. Like, I couldn't play Halo when I was a kid, and then my brother got to play it.
Oh man,
when he was younger. I was like, wow.
Yeah, times have changed. I also picked up Pocket City. I don't know why, but I guess because I was looking for like a civilization building game. Pocket City is a mobile game. It's think like SimCity, but just designed a little bit differently. It's interesting. I liked it enough. It was like $2 on sale, so I picked it up. I played that for like 3 hours the other night, and I kind of looked down at the time. I was like, where did the time go? I literally sat here playing this for like 3 hours and didn't even realize it. The game that I'm probably most excited to talk about that I played is We Happy Few. So I actually got back into that game, even though I only played like 30 seconds. It took me a while to actually figure out what I needed to do. I had to go. So you can they're not really spoilers, but they're minor spoilers for the game, just of how it plays and whatnot. So I was roaming around trying to figure out, how to get this power cell so I can get into this, train station and whatnot, yada yada. But what ended up happening is this guy looked at me sideways when I walked into this town, and so I just killed everybody in town.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't, I'm like, dude, you can't disrespect me like that. I'm literally just trying to, like, find a power cell. Don't bother me. I'm sorry that you live in the slums, and I'm wearing a nice suit. And then I had to, like, rip up my suit with a rock. And so I'm trying to, the way the game starts, it gives you, like, a choice A and a choice B kind of a thing. And I definitely will see myself, probably, going back and choosing the other choice that I didn't choose at the beginning of the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how this story unfolds. And I think I'm going to put Tomb Raider on the back burner and just start playing through the story if we have a few. Because I'm kind of just like, I feel I can go into the third Tomb Raider and not really, this is how the story ends of Tomb Raider 2 kind of a thing, and not have to, I feel like I don't have to beat Tomb Raider 2 to enjoy Tomb Raider 3 kind of a thing. And the last game I've been playing is Dragon Ball FighterZ. Me and Ryan picked that up, or I picked it up because Ryan had it and played it, and we played it with each other after some internet technical difficulties, and that was kind of fun.
It would have been really fun if we didn't have to deal with such bad internet. Oh my gosh, we got kicked so many times.
It was.
I don't even, man. Oh, that we have a few choices. Is it like a red pill, blue pill type of choice?
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking that.
Kinda. It's easy. So it's either you take the pill or you don't take the pill.
Ah, okay.
That's
I feel you.
So you go through the game with the influence of the pill and being addicted to it, or you go through the game acting like you're addicted to the pill.
Okay.
So you got and your choices and whatnot. So like if you have your weapon out, people will think you're like ready to fight, or if you randomly swing somebody. One of the coolest. It's kind of like creepy when you think about it, but you can pick up dead bodies, and you can just carry them. Just carry them around like a bag of groceries, and you can and then you can throw them at people.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like so they'll think. It's kind of weird how it does it. So, like, they won't think anything's wrong if you're just carrying a dead body.
Right.
But as soon as you put it down, they're like, oh, my gosh, he killed Steve. Like, what are you doing, man? And they'll try to, like, fight you, and it's like, oh, no. And then you'll have, like, a passing bystander, and he'll be like, what's going on over there? Susie, are you okay? And it's like, I'm fine, Bill. Don't worry about me. And she starts, like, punching you. It's like, oh, no, I'm about to murk this lady. Like, this ain't happening. And so it's interesting to see that I forgot that I like games like this that has a world that, pays attention to what you do. It's not just like, everything's la-di-da, everything's fine. You can actually like have not necessarily consequences, but the game is aware of your actions. And so I see. It makes for a really fun storytelling thing. Like I throw a rock and I accidentally broke somebody's window or hit him with the rock. I can't really remember what it was. And he was like, hey, like you. And I was like, here's some booze. Just don't worry about it. Just keep on going, man.
I heard that it has like some performance issues, at least on some machines.
It does. There has been some weird tearing and stuff every once in a while. There's little things. So there are some hardware optimization issues they should work out. One thing that sorry, it's cool. One thing that is interesting is if you eat rancid food, you get food poisoning, and it changes the way your character acts. So you'll like stumble, or you'll have to make an antidote and make yourself throw up. So it's interesting like that. I just like that there's food poisoning. It looks it's an interesting aspect.
Really cool. Looks really cool. Oh, and you've got one more thing that you're gonna do. You're going to the Pokemon regionals for the Pokemon card game. I
am, yeah.
You excited about that?
Honestly, not. No. No. No.
Nice. Nice.
I mean, I bought the deck and I registered. It's just kind of like, it's an excuse to come up there and see all y'all again and hang out and whatnot. But it's kind of just like, whatever. Like, I was kind of like, I might as well go because I have credit that I need to use for a friend that owns a shop. And then I was like, I guess I'll go. Like, whatever. And, looking back, I'm like, I should just stay home and do stuff for the podcast and, like, work and save money so I can move. But I was like, I'm like, what if I just move to Austin and I don't see any of these people for, like, years, And so I'm like, I'll go. Why not? It's not that big of a deal. I can take off a weekend and go play a card game.
Some cheap Pokemon.
Exactly. But it's not like I'm not as excited. Honestly, probably because, like, not everyone's going. But, whatever. It's a card game. It'll probably be fun. Apparently the deck I'm playing is super spicy. I have no clue how to play it. I'm just going to make it up as I go along and intimidate my opponents with looking at them.
Jordan plays spicy memes.
I do enjoy playing spicy memes. For any of you that don't play Pokemon, of the TCG. I'm playing a Buzzwald deck, the baby Buzzwald, not the Buzzwald GX, and like Garbotoxin, Trashy Lance, and like a Slugma, and a Weavile, and Draw Engine, and etc. Blah blah blah. Not a lot of energy, which kind of concerns me, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are a lot of one energy attackers, if I remember.
Yeah, it is. So
that's a spicy meatball. It
is.
I'm not going. I don't have any money, and I don't really feel like I would do very well, and I don't want to go out there and get pissed off, but mainly it's the money.
Yeah, I wanted to not go because I almost didn't go because I had to I reminded everybody else to register, but I forgot to register and had to pay the extra $15. And I was like, dang it, oh well.
The thing about it is, it's like an hour trip for us, but it's like a 6-hour trip for Jordan.
Yep. Gosh, why am I making this trip?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess
either.
so you can see some people. I mean, that's got to be the main reason.
That's the only reason. Really. I could care less. Like I'm kind of like, I think I'm getting to that point in my life where like, I just haven't played card games for so long.
Right.
Yeah, I miss them and stuff, but I just really miss the community and the friendship around it. Yeah, the boys more than anything. I could care less about playing card games. Like it's. I have a friend that he doesn't play card games anymore, and he's living life just fine. You can enjoy life without playing card games, even though they're such a big part of my life.
Probably more.
Yeah, probably more. You'll have more money.
Way more money.
So you've been playing stuff. What you been playing?
Well, I've also been playing the Pokemon TCG. Even though I'm not going, I'm kind of trying to keep up with the meta somewhat. Seems like it might be getting a little better. The best deck, the deck that was by far the best last format has gotten a little worse, so that's nice. So other decks can kind of sneak in there and do some damage. I was playing a deck that had Baynet and Zygarde, and then I was playing a deck that had Gardevoir and Zoroark. So that's fun. I've been playing with some buddies. I've also been playing Gwent. Still don't really understand like what's good and what's bad in that game. I actually started listening to a Gwent podcast, and
really,
yeah. And they there's an event coming up called Homecoming, I believe, and they're gonna like completely revamp the Gwent. Like they're taking away a lane.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they're like introducing new cards. They might take some cards out, nerf some cards. So that might be a good time to get in because Gwent's actually not technically out. It's been in beta for like 2 years, and it's finally releasing.
Okay, I'll check it out because like I love Shadowverse to death. It's all voice acting's awesome. The art's cool. I like everything about it, but it's like one of those things where I got out of it for so long and getting back into it now. It's just like grinding through the meta, and I'm like, I don't have time to do research on all of these cards and watch playthrough videos and stuff. Because before I was playing and there was only 2 sets out, and I knew everything. I knew all the card effects. I was in the meta. I knew all the stuff and whatnot. But now it's just kind of like I'm out of it, and I'm relearning all the stuff. They've introduced a new class, and I'm trying to learn that one and how to combat that and whatnot. It's just like I don't have time for that. But I do want to play a digital card game because I love card games. I love collecting cards and just talking about strategies with people and whatnot. But it's just like I need something else to play. So I might check out that new Gwent update when it releases.
Yeah, I think it's maybe November. I'm not sure. I have to double check.
That's not too bad.
What about that group of buddies you had from up here, that Discord group? Do they still play at all?
Yeah, so the Discord got disbanded because one of them forgot the
password.
No, yeah, the Discord started acting weird on their phone, but yeah, Nick doesn't play as much. I plays, Alonzo plays. I did some play testing with Alonzo the other day. Apparently, he only plays unlimited though, which is like expanded in Shadowcraft.
How is there unlimited?
Sorry, Shadowverse. It's because they released so many sets, and now they're. I think they're on like their 10th or 11th set.
Right.
So they just had to make it unlimited because there were so many broken decks at the start of the game. Yeah, like the one deck I played, you play every time you play a spell, it reduces the cost of this card, and once you can get it down to 0, so you can cast it for nothing, and you can then it gives you an extra turn, and so you can just. Pretty much you just draw cards till you have all those in your hand, and if you play that card and take an extra turn and win kind of a thing. And it's just there's a lot of broken decks in the older format of Shadowverse. I called it Shadowcraft before because it's just there's a Shadowcraft deck in the game. But yeah.
I feel you.
So
I've also been playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. Me and Jordan, like we said, excuse me, had some fun with that. The game looks insane, so pretty.
It's awesome.
It's so pretty.
I want to get a better display so I can experience it in its true nature.
The majesty.
You know? Exactly.
It is very pretty. It's like you're playing in the anime, really.
I know. I like it.
And
I wish there was a VR mode for it. That'd be cool.
That could be cool. I can see them being like a VR. Oh my gosh, this actually sounds really cool. So, a lot of people have been talking about VR, as a way to experience sports events, which would be really cool. You know, like if you can pay for tickets, and you could get a front row seat to a sporting event. Like they put a camera on like the front row, and you pay a certain amount, and it's like you're sitting on the front row with a VR headset.
Nice. I was thinking of the other side of the spectrum, like watching an Overwatch League or a League of Legends match from the perspective of the character in game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. One of our listeners gave us a whole bunch of ideas to do shows on and whatnot, and one of them is VR. So we might.
We'll definitely do something like that.
We'll definitely dive further into this topic because that's something I want to. There's a Rick and Morty game that's VR that I want to play, and that's there's tons of other awesome reasons that to get VR. I want to play that game and experience it. So that's what made me want to get into VR.
The only one I want to play really right now is Resident Evil 7.
Oh, that is a good idea.
The game looks insane in VR. Oh my gosh.
Resident Evil 2 is in VR.
I mean, I can't wait for that remake. That remake.
I'm probably gonna pick that remake.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's gonna be the third or fourth time I played that game.
I wonder if they're people have been talking about what they're gonna release on the PS Classic, and some people have been saying Resident Evil 2. I'm like,
I'd buy it for that alone.
Yeah,
not that it's already worth it, but that'd be awesome. That'd be a great idea for them.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Like it could be a way to kind of market Resident Evil 2 remake coming out, and that game looks insane. It
does.
And moving on, I have also been playing a big boy game instead of all these card games and multiplayer games. Dragon Quest 11. I'm still trucking away on that. I've gotten 8 hours in, so not very far. Really enjoying it. I love Toyama's artwork. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, and I've always looked at Dragon Quest from afar, but never really picked it up. I had a demo on a PlayStation 2 game I had back in the day, and I tried it. I liked it, and then I was going to try to go back and see if I wanted to figure out if I wanted to buy the game or something. I can't remember. This has been a decade ago, probably, at least.
Dude, I miss PlayStation demos. I used to play the crap out of them, man. You'd get demos in random games and whatnot, and you'd be like, this is a demo? That's so cool. And now it's like, I'll play the beta. You know.
But somebody spilled Coke all over the demo disc, and they just put it back in the box like nothing happened. Didn't even try to clean it or anything.
You just open it up and there was just Coke all in the box.
I'm pretty sure if you just took a paper towel, it would probably clean up decently. But it was dry and crusted. How long has this been on here?
Oh.
But oh well. I mean, I can't remember. It came with some Square Enix game.
Okay.
I think it might have been Final Fantasy 12. I think.
Ooh.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. If anybody remembers, they can tell me. That's a really good game. Really, really enjoy it. Cool. I love the voice acting. Is they have these Welsh voice accents. These Welsh accents, very distinctive. I really like them. Kind of goofy, but kind of likable. I guess is a word that's not the right word that I want to use, but it is a word. And the only weird thing is your character doesn't have a voice, which I always think is weird. I don't know. I always think that's weird, but I am enjoying that very, very much. I also have I read the Witcher comic, the first Witcher comic that Jordan sent me a month ago. I read the first one.
What'd you think?
Really good. Really, really good. I'm wondering if the whole arc is gonna concentrate around the thing that's going on there, or if it's gonna have Monster of the Week or something. Really pretty, really, really well drawn, I would say.
Yeah, it is. It was super beautiful when I saw it. I was like, this looks cool. So I had to check it out. So you have you've been watching Naruto as well?
Oh yeah, man. Me and Jordan have both been watching. I mean myself. I assume Jordan's has been watching a ton of Naruto because he said he was going to watch 500 episodes in 10 days.
Yeah, I'm slacking. I can't do it, man. I'm not gonna be able to do it. It's so many episodes.
It's so many. I don't know why you set that time limit on yourself.
I don't know either, but I'm almost through season 2. So
man, I really do like Naruto. What do you think about all that filler? Have you been watching the filler as well?
I haven't got to the filler yet. It's I'm not there yet, but I did just get. They're about to go on the mission to the bridge, and you got not Sasuke and you got Discount Kakashi. And
hey man, Discount Kakashi is cool.
Yeah, I'm. See,
you talking about Yamato?
Yeah, because I've seen some of this, and so I'm remembering some of this and whatnot. Because I think I watched through like season 5 of this show, and so I'm remembering. I'm like, oh, but I'm also picking up on like now that I'm older and whatnot. I pay attention to more details, and so I'm like, why does he get to use wood jutsu like the first Hokage, different stuff?
And
well,
you find out.
Oh, obviously you find out. I mean, But so it has me more intrigued than when I was originally watching, and so it's definitely. I'm excited to see what happens. So.
Yeah, I have 140 episodes left. Jordan has more.
So. I think I have probably 400. No, more than that. Probably 450 episodes left.
So we'll see who gets through that first. It might be him. So I was.
It might be me, and then I just take a week off of the podcast. It's like, what are you doing?
Sleeping. I take a week off from everything.
Everything.
I was talking to this guy the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, my birthday was last week, so I didn't do anything all of the week."
The whole week?
Like,
what?
He's like, "Yeah, man, I didn't do anything last week." You had a birthday week?
I mean, granted, I have had those once. I tried doing a birthday month before.
Yeah,
and
man.
It didn't work.
No.
After like a couple days, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm so lazy. Like, I need money. Like,
did you have a job?
Yeah.
He's like, what do you have to come to work? Nah, man.
Dude, I knew I had a problem when I contemplated calling out of work the other day to watch Naruto. I didn't do it. I ended up having the day off. So I ended up watching the show anyway, but I was like, I should call out of work so I can finish season 2. And I was like, that's a terrible idea. What am I doing?
Who's your favorite character in that show?
Gaara.
Gaara's cool.
Yeah, I like Gaara.
I like Kakashi.
I don't like Tintin. Tintin's stupid.
Tintin's horrible.
I like Ino. Choji's cool. Shino's cool.
I like...
That's it. That's all. Those are all the cool characters.
I like Shikamaru, man.
Dude, he is cool. I used to say, I still say this to this day. If something gets me really irritated, I'll just be like, "What a drag."
What a drag! It's such a drag.
And people are like, "Why do you say that?" And I'm like, "It's just a drag, man. Like I could be doing anything else."
Yeah,
it's like just wait till this shadow jutsu works on you and I can control you.
Mm-hmm. I know Kakashi's my favorite character. I have a Kakashi poster above my setup.
Even though it's funny how his face is always covered.
Yeah, I know.
Kakashi is cool though. After watching all of this and whatnot, all of it, like I've finished the series, I haven't, but I never knew he was called the clone ninja.
Oh, it's the copycat. It's copycat.
Copycat. Thank you. Copycat. Yeah. I realized that and I was like, that's cool. Like that's a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting to see. I guess I just enjoy being a more mature anime watcher.
Right.
And so this is actually making me want to get the new Naruto Shinobi Striker 4 or whatever it's called.
Right.
It's making me want to get that, which is probably a bad idea because it's probably not a good game, but I might pick it up.
Jordan, you bought too many games that you don't play.
I know. I need to stop that. I think I've come to that decision. Like if I'm not going to play it, I don't need to buy it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Naruto's on. It's such an emo circle jerk, and I love it. I love it so much.
I do. I like it. I think I started watching it because I was like, I need some motivation. Naruto is pretty motivating. He's been through so much crap.
Oh my gosh, it's the most.
Not
it's
crack,
so depressing.
Crap. It is depressing.
Wait till you get. Oh, you might know, but man, that's. Oh my gosh, Kakashi. Oh my gosh, God, Kakashi.
I know some of the major stuff, but the thing that excites me more is like I know the major stuff, but I don't know the little awesome, juicy, epic stuff that like leads up to those craziness. And so that's right, 100% beef. I don't know the real beef that leads up to the craziness that happens. Like, and it doesn't help that Verve like tells you the series, not the series, the season. Like the title of the season, and I'm like, well, that's what this season's about.
I like how Verve has like a comment section.
That is cool.
I'm never looking at it though.
No,
like
don't.
There's no like they're gonna be like, I don't know, Naruto dies in this episode. I'm like,
there's a spoiler thing, so you can mark it as spoiler.
But
some of them don't.
D-bags.
Yeah, that's true. This has quickly become an anime podcast.
I was about to say we should probably move on to the topic, since that's actually about video games.
But this is a good this is good to know that we can actually have a conversation about anime.
Oh man, I could talk about anime all day.
We could happily have an anime podcast. I was wondering about this, but I didn't want to waste our time having an anime discussion and record it and then nobody listen to it. But this affirms that we could have an anime podcast in the future. So
let's move on to the topic though,
Yes.
Okay, today's topic, as you probably ascertained from the little intro we did, is about video game theories or video game fan theories or whatever you want to call it. There are a lot of these. We chose a select few because we didn't want to be here for an entire day. I think we should probably just go into it by continuing that one on Bloodborne.
Yes.
So this Bloodborne theory is Bloodborne players use minstrel blood for power. So this theory definitely has some legs. Obviously, like there's blood everywhere in this game. They actually say blood, like people use it for healing power purposes. But they also use it like recreationally, like alcohol or beer or something. And you get it from some pretty interesting people. So you get it from a pregnant woman. You get it from an old woman. You get it from a woman doctor. So first of all, you like all the special blood that I'm aware that you can get is all from women. There is a bunch of things called Mitzvahs, the brain of Mitzvahs, the Mitzvahs cage, the Mitzvahs nightmare, and the theory is that Mitzvahs, which is very similar to the Latin word Mitzvahs, is the Latin word for menstruation.
So this is something that, like, since it's a video game theory, sure, doesn't bother me. But if this was like a real life thing, I'd be like, no, thank you. Like, so I'm glad we threw this one in there because it's definitely. I knew Ryan would know more about this than I would because I've never played the Bloodborne games, but this was definitely interesting because it could actually be a thing. So, what do you think? You think this is actually like maybe they'll introduce this storyline in Bloodborne 2?
I really don't know. I think it's possible. I mean, there's a lot of like birth imagery in the Dark Souls series. I know this isn't really in the Dark Souls universe, but as a whole, there's a lot of like birthing imagery. Like I said, it's the game has like some, I don't know, just it's got some imagery. This is one of the ones that I don't know as much about. But at the very least, I mean, that game is super weird. Like, I don't tell.
What, Bloodborne?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Like, I don't.
So Bloodborne, it's one of those things where why not? I mean, the bosses are super cool looking. Yeah, they're disgusting, but they look really interesting. You definitely know that we enjoy Bloodborne on here. We've done 2 episodes about it, and we're talking about it now. Like, granted, I still haven't played it, and I don't know if I ever will. It's one of those things where, like, I enjoy living vicariously through my 2 friends that love this game so dearly and whatnot. But, so here's the question. Are there vampires in Bloodborne?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, there is a kind of like a cult that's kind of like vampires. I believe.
Okay, I remember you talking about that now. The Blood Saints.
I honestly don't remember. It's been a while since I played that. But like there's other I'm stumbling here. Spatial blood vials, like you all get them from women. Arena, Oraniana, Yusefka, Sister Adelia, and the queen of the Temerians is the person who introduced the drinking blood to the Yarnum. So I don't know. This might be one of the more weaker ones on our list, just because there's not a whole lot of. It's just kind of a cool little thing that people have thought of, but there's no. I don't know. I don't think there's any hard evidence here.
Yeah, the next one we want to talk about is Super Smash Brothers. So Super Smash Brothers is just a kid playing with his toys, and that child is going to be Masahiro
Sakurai.
Sakurai, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't type that in right. Well, it's more specifically, the theory is kind of like it's a guy playing with his toys when he's a kid. That's how it is on the N64. And then on the GameCube version, you notice that the toys are more like action figures. So it's him growing up.
Yeah, so that would be, I mean, why not? Like, what if, I don't see a reason why this couldn't be a thing.
Oh, yeah. I first saw it on an episode of Game Theory, I believe. It was the first place I saw this years ago, actually. And the full theory is actually... it's a kid growing up and still playing with toys even in his adult, and people are kind of shaming him, I guess, a little bit, because Sakurai is a man in his 40s, but he's still making video games, right? But people say that, video games are a child's game and adults shouldn't play them, and this has gotten a little less relevant as the years have gone on, as adults have kind of grown up with video games. And there's also this the Crazy Hand and the Master Hand, like trying to like fight for who has control. And what's that guy's name? Did you play have you played Super Smash Brothers?
I have.
Do you remember that guy's name? Who is the boss of the Subspace Emissary?
Oh, no, I can't remember its name.
But yeah, it's like a battle for power between those three sides of his personality. And what was that?
It's Discord.
Okay, that freaked me out. And it's kind of sad, really, honestly.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where Sakurai, at his core, lying down and giving up, he knows that the franchise will slowly drive him insane, but he has no other choice. It's either this or let his creation be taken over by someone else, letting someone else be the master hand. So it's interesting to see that, there was a whirlwind of Smash Brothers, and now they're the newest one coming out, and it's going to be epic and amazing. But honestly, I don't really care that much about it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I appreciate the franchise, what it's done for fighting games, what it's done for the community of gaming as a whole, but it's not like on my top of the list. Yeah, it's super fun to play with friends and whatnot, but with this theory, it's I don't know, I feel like it could be a truthful theory, because there's nothing wrong with playing with action figures and enjoying life and video games and whatnot, as long as you have your priorities straight, obviously.
I mean, it is his job, and children can't make video games. A 10-year-old can't make a video game. It has to be an adult. Yeah. And I think, like, everything you just said about him, because he said in the past that he doesn't really want to even continue making them, but he doesn't want anyone else to make them.
Yeah, so...
But I don't know, because I don't know if Nintendo's ever going to stop making Super Smash Brothers games.
I think they might. It depends on what the next generation is, honestly. What the Switch 2 is, or whatever they want, the Wii U Z, whatever they want to call it, or whatever their next console is. It depends on what that is.
I mean, if it's got a controller, it's going to have to.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
I don't. That game sells so many. I'm buying it. I know that.
So I guess I'll pick it up and play it.
You don't have to, but
that's true.
I'm definitely going to. I don't know when it will be.
Who's going to be your main character?
I have no idea. I play a lot of Toon Link. I know that.
He is cool.
I played a lot of Sonic in the past just to annoy people.
Sonic is pretty nice.
Yeah, you just kind of run around and jump around while everyone else is fighting, and then you just kind of kick people, and they get mad at you, even though you're not doing that much damage. And then you go Super Sonic and destroy them all.
That's right.
Super Sonic is the best.
This next theory is pretty interesting. It's Mario and his friends are just actors. I saw this and I was like, this is definitely a thing. Like, if you think about it, Mario and his friends have been in every.
Well, this starts with the first Mario games.
Yeah.
Because at the end and beginning, there's a curtain that opens and closes.
Yep. So, Mario and his friends have been in almost every type of game. Platformer, racing, sports, fighting, role-playing, even Mike Tyson's boxing game. It's kind of insane that they've been in all these different kind of things. And so the theory is that they're Mario and his alleged friends, or maybe they're actually real friends. It's just a group of actors that's playing whatever parts of the game they require. So what do you think about this?
I think, like I was saying, I don't really think it's true. I mean, I think maybe part of them. I don't know. It's a kind of a dumb thing to even think about because it's Mario. I don't think anyone ever thought that deeply about it while they're developing it. But it is interesting that several of the games include like closing and opening of curtains.
The camera on the clouds.
Exactly. In Super Mario 64, there's a Leica too that follows you around on a cloud and films you. I mean, this might I say they didn't think about it, but there's a lot of things that suggest that it might be true. Honestly, in at least one of the Paper Marios, there's an audience. Like when you're doing your fights, I can't remember which one off the top of my head, but like when you do cool moves, more people come in and watch you, and when you do dumb things, they like throw popcorn at you and throw like stuff at you to hurt you. So there's definitely precedence, and like you're saying, they do a lot of different jobs, I guess you'd say. And why would Mario and Bowser be playing tennis together?
Exactly. Why are they racing together?
Yeah.
All Mario Party. There's all these different things they do together, and whatnot. And
well,
because if you think about it, all the Mario games are just not all the Mario games, but all the main Mario games. They could easily be broken down into episodes and whatnot, and just and it's like an action movie. The princess gets stolen. You're the main character. Got to go save her. And it's just like, at the end of it, it's just, this is how it is.
Yeah. Why does she keep getting captured with the same guy? Why isn't he in prison or dead or something?
Exactly.
This and there's I can't remember which one. I can't remember any of this off the top of my head really, because I've never really played any of the early Mario games. At least not. I have. I don't know. I said never. It's just been a really long time,
okay.
Years and years. But in one of them, they have things like nailed to the wall. They like the platforms are they look kind of like stage props, like nailed to the wall. And then when the stage ends, it almost looks like you're exiting like the stage and going like off stage into the back because it's black and there's no more
Yeah, I mean, Paper Mario, the whole thing looks like a stage.
Yeah, a lot of Paper Mario does it like a stage. Like I said, there's crowds cheering you on. I don't think that's in the first one though. Well, I guess you could kind of say that. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I don't know if that one. I don't know if I qualify that one though, just because I think that's just kind of a side effect of it being made out of paper.
I guess that's true.
I don't know, but this one honestly is one of the most interesting ones. I didn't think we'd talk longer about this one than the others, but I think I just know more about this one than the others, and there's way more history of Mario. So
that's true. Even with, if you think about it, Mario and Sonic, the Olympic Games they did together.
Oh man,
like that could obviously that's a sporting event that they went to together, and that it's being like what is it? Not I don't know why I'm thinking of the word plagiarism. It's being hyped to boost Sonic sales.
Yeah.
Like obviously that was to help Sonic out, as Sonic sales are not selling as much as Mario. So
is Mario and Sonic in the same universe?
I mean, obviously, they went to the Olympics together.
Yeah, man, they're fighting in Super Smash Brothers together.
That's right. Every game of Super Smash Brothers is in the same universe. It's canon.
Oh, so like Final Fantasy and Metal
100%.
Gear and Pac-Man and Mega Man are all in the same universe.
This is all actually a big simulation, and all those people are just people that are plugged into their computer.
Whoa.
That'd be insane.
That's crazy, man.
That is crazy.
That's too deep, man.
That is. Speaking of things that are too deep, weighted companion cubes. I love the Portal series, and allegedly the companion cubes are full of people.
I've heard that. I played part of Portal, but I've never beaten it. You're probably going to have to take the lead on this one.
So GLaDOS, it.
If anything, it's a she.
No, I know, but I call it an it because I'm not gonna, there's nothing wrong with identifying words and whatnot.
Man,
but it's one of I personally, being a big Portal fan, I personally think that. What?
I just got a Discord message from Bump, or Bump just.
What did it say?
I don't want to say it. It's inappropriate for the podcast.
Oh, okay. I'll read it, or you can tell me after the show. Okay, but yeah, the weighted companion cubes. There's this secret room you can get into, and it's just pictures of people, and instead of their normal faces, it's faces of their faces are companion cubes, and that's and it's insane that we've allowed the companion cubes to be part of our it's like a gaming icon. If you show somebody a picture of it, they'll be like, oh, that's companion cube. I mean, most people. If you show a random stranger that you've never seen before a picture of companion cube, they'll probably think it's like a McDonald's promotional or something. Well,
so okay, yeah, I know Portal has a lot of fan theories. Yeah, I don't know much about it though. I've never really played it, like I said earlier.
So the Enrichment Center, there's a quote from GLaDOS that says, "The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you. In fact, it cannot speak." But then later in the game, it says, I think one was about to say, "I love you." They are sentient, of course. We have a lot of them. And it's kind of just like, what? You just said they can't speak, and then you just said they can. And so it's just like, apparently the way it's done is the cube that your shell leaves the facility upon completing Portal 2. Spoilers for Portal 2, by the way, if you haven't played it. She gets out of the laboratory, and a Scorch companion cube is ejected after her. The cube is not the newly designed Portal cube. Apparently, it's the same cube from Portal 1.
Wait.
And so it's...
I'm so confused. What?
Okay, so in the first Portal,
right,
you throw a companion cube into like a furnace kind of a thing.
Right.
You just to destroy it. Then after you go through all the crap of Portal 2, I'm not saying the game's crappy, I'm just saying you got to deal with a lot of stuff in that game. It's full of drama. And then, so you finally get out, and you finally get to leave. There's a burnt, scorched, a beat up companion cube that's shot out after you.
Okay.
Excuse me, and it's the one from the first game.
Okay.
And so the creators, Valve, said it was the exact same cube that was in the first game that was given back to her. And so it's just kind of like there's tons of different things that have just made people think that it's full of people.
So, it's still alive? Are they still alive?
Apparently.
And then, so you killed that one that was they threw in the furnace?
Yes. It's one of those things where it's like, I kind of understand it, but if you start thinking about it too much, it's kind of just like, why? It's like, they put their souls in there? Do they just jam their body inside of there? It's...
And these are the ones with the hearts on them, right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's so weird.
And so it's just kind of like, you can make custom maps where you just toss people through portals continuously, and they just are stuck in this infinite loop of just the companion cube tossing out of the portal over and over and over. And so it's just kind of like, it isn't the potential for humans living or dead, crammed inside cubes. It's kind of just like, it's kind of just disturbing to think about. Like, what did Aperture Science do? You know, the laboratory. Why did they choose to put people in cubes? You know, what's the deal? Why are there hearts on it? You know, it's just there's a lot of unanswered questions.
Oh yeah, what?
So
Aperture, didn't they make like shower curtains before, like Portal, like the game series?
Aperture Science, the fake science company in the Portal game.
Yeah.
I honestly am not sure. I don't see why there wouldn't be. I mean, sure.
I think I think Aperture, like in the game universe, before they were given like the grant money or whatever, they made like shower curtains or household appliances or something. And then they were given all kinds of like insane technology and money, and they went insane.
So I know before so it's Aperture Science Enrichment Center, and they're the rival to the research of Black Mesa, which is this laboratory in Half-Life. So they're called Aperture Laboratories, Aperture Science, or Aperture Science Innovators. That was the brand they used before the 1970s and whatnot. And so it's one of those things where I'm pretty sure. I wish this was a real place, to be honest. Like, obviously, I don't wish they did any of the tests they did in the game, but I wish this was like a real place you could visit, and they would actually. I wish Valve would just make an amusement park.
Right,
to be honest, that'd be
cool.
Awesome.
That'd be cool. So this is in the same universe as.
It is, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things where there's so much lore, even though it's just a puzzle game. Like, it's just there's a lot of like. They make fun at each other and whatnot, and it's kind of just like, you know, these robots just want to be loved. You know, that's what, and I don't care what anybody says. The cake is a lie.
I mean, that's confirmed, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like you try to. I'm just like, poor Shell. She just can't have a good day.
No man.
It's like,
of course not.
Of course not. Those dang companion cubes in the cake.
Well, they're gonna. It's I think I've seen it. I haven't played it, but I think I've seen the end. It's something like you're like traveling down a corridor where there's supposed to be cake, and then there's a sign on the wall that says "cake this way," and then you go to where the cake's supposedly be, and there's like a giant furnace, right?
Yep.
So the cake is definitely a lie.
Yeah, and through the whole series, it's like, the whole first one, it's like. You get a piece of cake. Like, keep doing this. It's like a lab rat and a piece of cheese. It's like, sweet, I'm going to get cake. Like, oh, yeah, I've been through all this super stuff. All I want to do is, like, have some cake. It's like, nope. Like, and people have taken that and ran with it. Like, people have made, like, a papier-mâché cake for somebody's birthday, and they cut into it, and it's hollow.
The cake is a lie.
There's tons of different stuff. But this last theory it looks kind of cool. Sounds kind of creepy. Tell me more about it.
Okay, so this next theory is going to be the last, and it is simply known as the doll is evil. So, in Bloodborne, just like in all the other Dark Souls games, there is an NPC where you can level up your health, stamina, and so on. And in this game, that is the doll. But the doll is very strange. For one thing, she's obviously designed to look like the character Lady Maria, who is Gurman's wife, I believe. So that's a little weird right off the bat. But she's huge also. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but she is like 2 feet taller than the player, I think, than my character was. So you think, who made the doll? Did like a great one make the doll? Did Gurman make the doll? And then you think, why is the doll even like alive in the first place? Dolls don't normally walk around. They're dolls. They don't have anything that would make them be able to walk around by themselves.
That's true. I would think it would be either a spell or that she's actually a puppet. That's what I would think.
Puppet is kind of what I was like what the theory kind of I think kind of leans into. And there is a a real life, because the doll is in what is called the dream. So you can travel to the dream world to level up and stuff. But in the real world, there is a doll that looks exactly like this doll, but doesn't seem to have sentience of any kind.
Huh.
Which is, I don't know. I don't know if that, I'm not sure. Like, people have been speculating on all this forever. So it's just another, like, strange thing in this string of strange things. So, people are like, why can this doll just walk around? And it even has blood. You can kill her. She comes back to life, but you can quote unquote kill her.
Okay, I was gonna say, if it bleeds, you can kill it. Like,
and the blood is white, which is also very strange.
What?
Yeah, so obviously white blood is not normal. But one thing that, like, the things that have white blood in this game are the great ones. Let's see, like, the things that are closest to quote unquote great one status have whiter, milkier blood than a lot of other things.
So do people think that she's like the commander of the Great Ones, or that she's a Great One herself?
Well, this is what I've heard. A lot of people say that she is Udin, who is the quote unquote formless Great One, and like, it took over her body.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And is like controlling her body, like you said, a puppet. And
so is she there to help the character?
It's
help
weird.
The player, or corrupt them?
It's weird. So the Grey Ones are always like infighting.
Okay.
So they don't really like each other for the most part, it seems. So you don't know if she's trying to help you just kill other Great Ones, maybe, or he. I don't know what Udin is, if it is in fact Udin. And at the very end of the game, you fight the end boss, and there's 3 endings, I believe. And if you can have the boss kill you, like, on purpose, and if you do that, you wake up from the nightmare and you just go about your day, and the game just ends.
That's interesting.
If you decide to fight the final boss and you defeat the final boss, you walk over to the doll, and then it just shows you as a baby Great One, like this slug thing, and she's holding you and looking at you like she's not surprised at all. Like, she's, I don't know, it's like a mother almost.
Like she was expecting it.
Like she looks like a mother almost, looking at a child. She asks if you're cold and says she'll take care of you, basically.
Interesting.
So it's kind of weird. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you would, I don't think I would react like that if someone turned into a slug or elder god or whatever.
I'd be like, you're gross.
Yeah, exactly. She turns you. So the theory is that she, like, turns you into this gross slug monster thing, basically.
I think she's just lonely.
Maybe.
Just a lonely spirit.
Maybe. And I don't really want to go into this all day because you can really go super deep into this theory. Like, there's Reddit threads. I was looking at Reddit threads on it this morning. But I think it has some merit. I don't they'll ever say that you are, or she is or is not, evil.
Confirmed. You get to play as the doll in Bloodborne 2.
We don't even know if there's going to be a Bloodborne 2.
There probably won't be, but this is a very interesting character model. I'm looking at her picture and whatnot, and I can definitely see how she looks cute, but she definitely is like, I mean, she's got wooden fingers, man. She's definitely evil.
Well, she's a doll, so it makes sense that she has wooden fingers.
Yeah, I mean, it also doesn't help that I just finished the puppet arc on.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
I'm kind of sketched out.
You don't like puppets now. I feel you on that, man. That's a good arc.
It is a good arc, but I don't know, just different things like how polite she is to the hunter, and just how she seems like helpful but not really helpful. So it's just like, what's she up to?
And how does she have the power to just increase your power?
Exactly. It's like she's a doll. Like, I personally think so this is coming from someone that knows very little Bloodborne lore and has not played any of the games. I personally think that she is either a sentient being trapped in a doll form that has been powered down some, like de-leveled, or she is a or this doll is under the control of a very powerful spell, or a great one has just been crammed in there, crammed into that vessel like a can of Spam. Just
oh man, Spam talk again. The other thing is, there are these enemies called Winter Lanterns in the game, and first of all, they're super effing gross. They're disgusting. But they're dressed in the same attire as her, and they do this thing called frenzy to you, which is something that very few enemies in the game do. Like I believe like the Brain of Mensis does it to you, which is this.
Oh, these things are gross.
Did you look it up? Oh man, you shouldn't have done that. They're super gross. Yeah, they're really
my brain.
Yeah, they're really.
I gotta go wash it.
Really,
gotta go wash
they're
my
really
brain
gross.
now.
But some of the great ones in the game will give you frenzy, and as an enemy in the game that's dressed up just like her, that gives you frenzy. So it's just a bunch of little weird things that don't really add up, you know. And if y'all want to, y'all can go on like some deep dives, I'm sure, and find out like yourselves if you decide whether or not this is true.
And let us know what you think of all these video games.
Yeah, if you want us to do another one of these, if you want us to do an episode, it might be easier, honestly. I was trying to think of this during the episode, to just do an episode on a single theory.
Yeah, you know, because we've done the creepypasta, the video game creepypasta episode and whatnot. We're doing this one. And these are interesting discussion topics. We got some more topics and theories from you wonderful listeners out there that came down the pipeline and whatnot, and we will definitely do some research and some development on those and cover them for you on the podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate all the comments and feedback. Exactly.
And anything else you want to add about these theories?
The doll is evil.
Yeah, that's pretty good standard. Yeah, stay away from dolls.
They're creepy.
Make sure you play. They're creepy. Make sure you play just enough video games this week. Tell your loved ones you love them. Drink water.
So weird. And
it is weird. I'm just winding down, trying to get back into the good groove of good messages.
Oh man, you still
loving?
You're sad because you saw that gross thing, aren't you?
I am. I'm just I'm in a weird place right now. As always, our intro and outro music is 8-Bit Passion by the Heatley Brothers. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, TuneIn, Stitcher, and your favorite podcatcher, wherever you listen to podcasts at. You can also say, hey, smart speaker, play One Up Me Podcast.
That's so cool to me. I don't know.
I mean, it is cool. So you can actually test this after the show to see if it works.
Should I do it right now?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, don't. Because then you'll say, hey, smart speaker, and then people, if they're listening to it on a speaker, speaker will hear it, and then that's how the robot uprising starts. Thanks a lot. Now my phone's listening.
Oh no, my Google. Stop.
But as always, we appreciate you listening. Google, we were telling you how we appreciate our listeners for listening to us.
Tell our Google overlords that we love them very much.
That's right. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, kiss your mom, hug your dad. Tell your grandma about One Up Me Podcast and how much you love video games. As always, you can follow the podcast on One Up Me Podcast. On Twitter, you can use the hashtag PlayOn or the hashtag AskOneUpMe to submit questions or topics for the show. You can email the show, oneupmepodcast@gmail.com. We got a new beautiful website. I guess it's not new anymore. It's kind of old.
It's old now. It's old and gross now.
It's old now. It's old and crusty. Not really. It's oneupmegaming.com. You can follow our Instagram at oneupmegaming. We're on Twitch. One Up Me Gaming on there as well. We have a Reddit, r/OneUpMePodcast. We have a Patreon, and as always, we appreciate you listening. And you can interact with me on Twitter at Swaylock.
You can interact with me at Ryan Divisions, and I wanted to say that we are going to have some YouTube videos coming out pretty soon. We had one come out a day or two ago.
Yep.
We've been playing some Diablo 3, on Twitch recently, and we should be uploading those in the coming days and weeks ahead.
Correct. So we hope you enjoy those, and you can always just reach out to us on any of our social media platforms and just let us know what you think about the show and give us topics and questions, and we will do Q&As and whatnot, and we'll just make this as beautiful and awesome as we can for y'all, and we appreciate you listening. And as always, play on.